We're at the Andaz Mayakoba in the Riviera Maya. This is a luxury hotel with 214 rooms. There's a beach, there's pools, there's a lagoon. There is so much to offer and can't wait to show you around. Let's go have a look at the entire place. The beach here at Andaz Mayakoba is really nice. There aren't very strong waves in the ocean, mainly because there's this barrier out further along, and that breaks the waves from coming in. So it's pretty calm waters if you want to go in for a swim. And as far as on the sand, there's plenty of seating. They're big cushioned seats, and they have umbrellas everywhere so you can get shade or you can get sun. There's some cabanas that are scattered around as well. I have to say that I'm pretty darn impressed by this beach. We're in front of the beach pool, and it's named the beach pool, obviously because it's right in front of the beach here. Now it is one big pool area, but kind of broken up into little sections. There are different types of seating. You have some of the big cushion like beds, and you have some regular lounge chairs, and there are a couple of cabanas here. Now this pool is not heated, so in the wintertime it can get a little bit cold. One cool thing about this area is that there is sand all around, so it's not just concrete deck space. You have sand that you can walk through, so you kind of feel like you're already on the beach. Right behind me is the lagoon pool area. So there are two levels of the pool area. The top one is currently being used, it's heated. The lower area is actually being set up right now for a private event, so that's why you don't see any chairs around. But the areas that do have chairs, there's plenty of them. They also have these little cabanas, and I asked about renting them. They're just first come, first served. So if you come out here and you want to get a little cabana and want a heated pool, this is where you want to come. This hotel is absolutely massive. Now, if you're just going to be walking, let's say from your room to the beach or your room to a restaurant and you're relatively close, it's fine to walk. But if you want to get across the property, you're going to want to use the transportation that's included here. Now, you can either take one of the golf carts that come around every 5 to 10 minutes, or you can take a bicycle. They have them in different places throughout the property. You can just take it, ride where you want to go, leave it there, and don't worry about it again. They will come and pick it up and put it in its right place. We're staying in a king deluxe beach area room. Now your steps from the pool area, the beach is just in front of that. We're staying in this building right behind us here, so let's go inside and have a look at the room. When you walk into this room, it's sort of a minimalist, white, sort of a gray colored wood with just some pops of color here and there. A nice sized TV that actually has Chromecast, so you can broadcast things. This very comfortable bed and a mini bar. All the coffee, water, soda, juice, snacks are included. The only thing that's not included is the alcohol. This inset tile was just very Mexican feeling, and I love that they have flip-flops in here instead of slippers. The bathroom was very nice and large. It had a separate door for the toilet area. The shower had a rain head, and it also had another wand. The toiletries in here smelled really great. I did use the shampoo, conditioner, and the body gel in here. And again, here's that same tile that you saw on the floor. Just to note, they do have turn down service as well, so they'll replace your towels and turn down the bed and so forth. All right, so here's the view from this room. But I say this room because we actually changed rooms mid-trip, and I want you to stay tuned because you're not going to believe the room that we upgraded to. We're outside of the Naum spa, and we were granted special access to take a tour. Now, I don't think anybody else is using the facility right now, which means that we'll be able to show you the entire spa area. So let's go in and have a look at it. When you book a treatment here, you have the opportunity to create your own concoction, an oil or scrub, depending on what you're having done. But you get to pick the scents that you want and the types of herbs that you want and use that for your treatment. So we had the opportunity to view everything that this spa had to offer. These are the locker rooms. They had a nice bathroom facility with the amenities that you might need, including, hair products and sort of skin products. Now, they had everything everything separated in here by gender. So all that you're seeing, there's a female side and a male side. There weren't a whole lot of communal areas. Really, the only communal areas for men and women was the relaxation area, well, you'll see in a minute. But a great little hot tub area. So something really nice to do and relax before or after your treatment. Now this is the relaxation room. So after you have, let's say, your massage, you can come in here with your spouse and hang out. Now all of the treatments are done in these smaller cabins. They're all named after animals in the Mayan language. So this was the couples massage room. So just so you know, the couples massage start at about $479. A single massage is about $189. And all of the treatment rooms have their own bathrooms. I want to give a big thank you to Brenda at the Naum Spa for giving us such a complete tour of the spa. We saw everything in there, as you saw in the footage. Now, I think this is going to be a great place to come and relax and really recharge. This is where you're going to clear your mind and really feel like you are on vacation. We also have the fitness center that is right next door, so let's go check that out. As promised, here is the room that we upgraded to. This is a beachfront plunge pool suite. It's about 1,100 square feet, has a separate living room that you see here, and a separate bedroom area. And of course, being beachfront, that's pretty special. Now this also had the same mini bar, but it had a few extra things that were tucked in there, like the Pringles and a few extra drinks that were in there. Now if you come over to the bedroom area, it looks very similar to the one that you saw. It just had a few little other furniture things like that chest of drawers that you saw there. And of course you have sliding doors in both the living room and the bedroom that lead out to the backyard, to the ocean basically. You can walk out there and be in the water basically in 30 seconds flat. You have some of those chairs that you saw out there to lounge on, and there's some little dining area outside. Now in the bathroom, it's kind of split between the hallway. The toilet and a sink are on one side, and then you have two more sinks and the shower on the other side of the hallway. But imagine taking a shower and looking over and seeing that view. It's pretty spectacular. Now this room had double sinks. If you remember, the other one had the single sinks, but it had the same amenities included. This one had a little walk-in closet, which was handy, and more flip-flops for you. And of course the star is the plunge pool and the beach right in front. They offer an eco tour here, and basically it's a boat ride through the lagoons. It's throughout the Mayakoba property. It is included if you are a guest here, but you cannot go swimming in this water because there are cocodrilos, crocodiles. Now this was a really cool opportunity to see some of nature around this area, but also to check out some of the other properties. Now one thing to note that we didn't talk about yet is how the Andaz Mayakoba is actually split into two different areas. You have the beach area and you have the lagoon area, and they are separated by all of this lagoon. But these lagoon areas also include 3 other properties. You have Rosewood, Fairmont, and the Banyan Tree. Now this happens to be the lobby of the Banyan Tree. Also, when you are going through the property on this lagoon tour, you're going to see some residences. So you can actually buy a residence right on this lagoon. So it's pretty fascinating to have a look at everything, and I did really enjoy seeing some of the birds, and our tour guide Adrian did a great job in giving us all of the information about the hotel properties and the restaurants offered, as well as the different animals and the birds that we saw along the way. As a matter of fact, this happened to be a baby vulture, which our tour guide said he had never seen a baby vulture before. We did not see any crocodiles, however, and I was a little disappointed but relieved at the same time.
This is what they call the sanctuary. It's actually the lobby, but right off of the lobby, you can get onto the nature trail. Take a bike right on the nature trail, and as you're going along this, you're going to come into this golf course. This is actually a PGA golf course. So if you are into golf, you have this available to you. But as you keep riding along, you'll come into a lot of nature and end up at this cenote. You can actually go in here during certain hours of the day. So if you want to take a dip into a cenote, which is a water hole, you have the opportunity to do that here. But if you keep riding along this trail, you're going to see other fun features that are offered here. Just sort of a quiet little places. And of course, this is covered by nice canopies, so you are shaded for most of the time here. So if that sun is blazing, it won't be too bad. And you'll end up at what is called El Pueblito. In English, a pueblito is a little town, and that's really what it is. You have your gazebo, there's a restaurant here, there's shops. You even have a church here. We did walk inside of the church because we weren't sure if it was really a church, and sure enough, it has pews, it has everything. Let's talk about food, starting with Sotavento. This is your beachfront restaurant. Lunchtime, you're gonna get things like burgers and salads, nachos, that kind of food. This is also the restaurant that services the beach. If you're sitting out there, you'll have the opportunity to order from Sotavento at lunchtime. And at night, it turns into a reservation-only restaurant. But what's really cool is this whole ambiance, right? You don't even need to wear your shoes. We took off our shoes before we walked out here. As a matter of fact, all of the restaurants here are casual. There is no real dress code here. We absolutely loved the food that we got here. You will expect to pay around $200 for dinner, and that may or may not be including drinks, depending on how much you get. Tinta del Pulpo is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We had lunch and dinner here. At lunch, you can expect things like tacos, fajitas, salads, hamburgers, kind of your traditional American lunch stuff, but you can also sit outside and get this great view of the ocean. Something that's fun here to try is that they have these 3 different salsas that are specific to the Andaz Mayakoba, so that's fun to try. Now at dinner time, you're going to find more of a traditional Mexican menu. We had these esquites, which is like a Mexican street corn, and you basically mix it up yourself. So you have your cheese and your salsa and all the fun stuff, and it was absolutely delicious. Now, they had a lot of different menu options, but we went crazy and we got this thing for 2. It was called a parrillada mixta. So it was all these different meats and these blue corn tortillas. It was amazing. We didn't get a chance to try Vivi, the vegan restaurant. Now this is where you can come and get some vegan food and smoothies from 11 to 5. And then from 6 to midnight, it becomes a bar. There's also a little beach shop that's within this restaurant. Casa Milagro is a Mexican restaurant. We only had breakfast here, but this is where we came every morning to have our breakfast. Now, you can order a la carte, but the breakfast buffet, I think, should not be missed. You'll end up paying about $44 per person for this breakfast buffet, but it has everything you can want. It is extremely fresh. You have everything from your American food, like your eggs, waffles, bacon, sausage, but you can get a wide variety of Mexican dishes. They had even some Mexican hot chocolate. You had gorditas, some little tamales. They also have this wonderful station where you can get your eggs made or omelets, and fresh quesadillas were made. You can have different toppings that were put in there. They had chorizo and potatoes or different vegetables. And of course they put cheese in there because that's what quesadillas are. But it was a lot of fun to go out and have our quesadillas made every morning for us and have that along with our other breakfast items. We really enjoyed the breakfast buffet here. You shouldn't miss it if you're going to be staying here.
We're at Casa Amate. Now this is one of the 2 restaurants on site that you need reservations for. They're only open for dinner and they have Latin American cuisine. We have reservations and we're gonna get inside and take a look. We ordered our drinks and our food, but they brought out something from the chef. It's called an orochito. It's a masa ball with some white beans and there's a tomato sauce on top. Let's see. I guess you just go for it. Mmm. Definitely, like, you taste the masa and the white beans and the sauce give it a nice little flavor to it. That's a cute little appetizer there. All right, they also brought out some homemade bread. It looks like 2 different types of bread. Sí, gracias. Gracias. So I'm gonna try this out. I think this might be like a sourdough bread. And one of them is called the mother bread. They also have, this is made in-house, but the butter is also made in-house. So I'm really looking forward to trying this. Let's see. Mm. Anything homemade like that, you just have that fresh taste, and that's exactly what it has. It is so fresh tasting. The bread is warm. It just tastes really, really good. And that butter, the creaminess of the butter. All right, I'm gonna take a bite of this bread as well. It's a little bit of sourdough taste to it. So soft on the inside. It's a nice crisp in the crust. It's very good. Now, I do also want to try this drink out. So this drink, it has both a tequila reposado, it has a mezcal in it. It also has some spicy agave, and it has some bitters in it. So let's try this out. I can see the little bitters in there. Ooh, I'm looking forward to it. Woo! You taste the tequila, you taste the mezcal. You know, it has that smoky flavor to it. Just a tiny bit of sweetness in here, and you taste that spiciness. Like, it kicks in, but it's not too strong. And the bitters are not too strong either. Just like a good combination of everything there. It's a strong drink. This is going to be really fun. All right, we will be back with our appetizers. We got a cauliflower salad, and it's very interesting because it has a bunch of different textures to it, and it also comes with some cheese. But yeah, they have like steamed and roasted and candied. Let's see here. Ooh, it's like a surprise. Which one? One's candied. A little sweet flavor to it. I'll just take a couple bites of these, but that one felt like the steamed one. I want to take just a taste of this cheese though before I move on to the next plate here. It's a nice creamy cheese, but they grilled it. It didn't say what kind it was, but it kind of tastes like a burrata cheese. All right, we also got some ceviche to try. Now this isn't any ceviche. This is a Peruvian ceviche, and it has some carrots and, you know, the fish, obviously, some corn, and kind of a spicy sauce. So, let's see what it tastes like here. It's not a spicy sauce. It's sort of a creamy sauce. There you go. A creamy tomato sauce. And some heirloom tomatoes in there. Excellent. So some pork belly. Let's see, grab a little bite of this. Now there are some carrots, corn in here, some peanuts. Let me just grab some of the pork and try this out. Put a little peanut on there too. There's a little bit of a sweet
No, it's the peanuts that are sweet, but there's a little bit of a sauce in there as well at the bottom. It also has some peppers on top. Very excellent, but our main dishes are still to come. All right, our main dishes have arrived. Now, I ordered this, what is called the taku taku, and it is a dish that has rice and a cream sauce. There are little shrimp in here and onions, and it comes with a big prawn. So I want to take just a taste of this rice and the sauce with a little shrimp on it. Mmm. There's like a buttery taste to it and everything. Mmm. All right. Oh, this prawn, I want to get a little butter on there. Mmm. Excellent, excellent. All right. Now, the other dish that we got here is a prime steak. Now, this prime steak also comes with some little carrots, a little corn, and a very cute and interesting is this little banana leaf with a mushroom puree in there. I'm gonna try this first. There's mushrooms in a sort of a sauce in here. I'm not a mushroom person, but this is actually pretty good. It has like a roasted flavor to it. All right. I'm just gonna take a bite of carrot before I go in for the main dish here. I love those little carrots. Roasted to perfection. All right, now for the star of the show, the prime steak. Looks really nice and pink, really well cooked on the outside. Oh man. It melts in your mouth. It is so tender. Wow. This is great. All right, the desserts are here, and we had to try the desserts since we were coming here. But before I get digging on these desserts, I just want to say how great the food was. But not only the food, the ambiance here is excellent. This is designed like a house, so you have different rooms. There's a living room, we're in the comedor or the dining room, there's a library, there's a courtyard with additional seats out there. And it just feels very homey, but very fancy at the same time. Like the seats are super nice, and the floors have this really cool design. You feel like you're in sort of like a Mexican house. But anyway, I'm gonna dig into this. This is called a chocotorta, and it has like a brownie kind of base to it with some dulce de leche. There's coffee ice cream on top of here, and it has something cooked in whiskey as well. And then surrounding it has some like a nut mixture, almost like it looks like a granola. Oh wow. I love coffee ice cream. You get that little hint of the whiskey in there, but it's not too strong, and that chocolate, strong chocolate flavor. It's a really good combination. They also drizzled some chocolate on top, some chocolate syrup. This one's called Tropicalon, so a much different kind of take on a dessert. This one has like a vanilla kind of base to it. There is like a mousse that's on top, surrounded with fruit. There's these little edible gold flakes, but they poured this sauce on top of this one that is made from passion fruit and rum. So let's have a taste of this one. Try to get a combination of everything here. Also excellent. Like the combinations of the food here are just so good. Things that you might not think of. This has a sweetness to it, but the cream of that mousse kind of lightens it up a little bit. And there's the fruit, oh man, it just has a very fresh flavor to it. So you have a really good combination here. The chocolate dessert and this fruit dessert. Everything was excellent here. If you happen to be on the Mayakoba property, I do recommend you come to Casa Amate and try this out. You will not be disappointed.
We're outside of the Kimbo Kids Club. This place is open from 9 to 5, and reading reviews online, everybody talks so well about this kids club. Their kids have a great time here. Now, you don't have to pay anything to use the facilities, and there are free activities throughout the day. However, there are some activities that do have a cost to them. But when you check in, you're going to get a list of all the activities for the week, and if there is a cost, it'll tell you how much it costs.
Here's a view of the Andaz Mayakoba from the sky, and you can see way in the back where some of the other rooms and property is for the Andaz Mayakoba. But don't forget that there are 4 different properties here in the Mayakoba complex. You have the Fairmont, Rosewood, and the Banyan Tree. So I don't know, if you were us, which one would you stay at next and do a review of? Drop a comment and let us know if you'd like us to stay at another one of these properties and do a review for you. One of the things that I do want to point out if you are considering a stay here is that this is a very family-friendly resort, and mostly it was small children and toddlers who were staying here. And maybe because it's this calm beach with no waves, that makes it very attractive for young families, but there were a lot of toddlers at this resort. Well, all good things must come to an end, and sadly we are on the final stretch, the last 2 hours here at the resort. But I thought we'd do our outro here at the beach because this is one of the highlights of this resort here. Now, if you are looking for a non-all-inclusive hotel that has a good combination of luxury and casual, and you have small kids that you might be bringing with you, this could be the great place for you. I think having this beach that doesn't have many waves, there's a great kids club, that makes it awesome for having little kids here with you. But also, if you're not bringing kids, it's okay too. You have some great fine dining establishments, great seating on the beach. You can go and just order nachos on the beach, have your kind of casual lunch, if you will. And the service here is excellent. Everybody from the golf cart drivers to reception to our waiters at the restaurants, we're all extremely helpful. So I want to give a big thank you to the staff here at Andaz Mayakoba. Now, I will say that if given the opportunity, we'll definitely come back here. It's a great place, great setting with the nature all around you, the lagoon and the cenote. There's just a lot to offer. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Don't stop in front of me, just keep on riding, but wave.
It's 100% gonna be I can't wave.
All right, take 4.
I can't start right here. It's uphill.
Take 5.
You made me start in the first place.
Take 10.
I seriously cannot do it. Not right there.
Or how about on the flat surface? Take 12.